Good morning, Panthers. I'm Camden.
And my name is Justin.
And this is Tech Tuesday. To celebrate Pokemon Day on February 27th, Samsung released some Pokemon accessories for the Galaxy Watch 5, Galaxy Buds, and a few other devices. Samsung has also just released the S23 and the Galaxy Book 3 Ultra. The S23 is made from recycled plastic out of the ocean and recycled glass, so that's pretty cool. As a side note, the S23 Ultra can film at 8K, which is insane. The Galaxy Book 3 Ultra will last quite a while out and about with its 76 kilowatt-hour battery. This thing is going to pack a punch, being powered by a Core i9 and RTX 4070. After 21 years, Apple has discontinued its longest-running line of devices, the iPod. It's pretty crazy. They sold over 450 million of them. As for new stuff, however, we've got the new MacBook Pro with Apple's new M2 CPU, which is pretty powerful. Surprisingly, they haven't said a word about the iPhone 15 yet, which was expected to release in September. I wonder what they're up to. The iPhone sure has come full circle. My iPhone 4 looks like a mini iPhone 14. But anyways, that's it for tech releases. Now time for our game releases.
Hi, I'm Justin, and I'm here with Camden.
Here to talk about upcoming games. Starting with Nintendo, Metroid Prime Remastered and Kirby Return to Dreamland Deluxe are coming out on the Switch.
I'm really excited for the new Kirby game. I heard it's got good reviews.
So that's exciting. Any games you want to mention?
I kind of want to talk about the new game that was coming out that no one seems to be talking about. It's the new Resident Evil 4 remake. It seems to be just like a remaster. I've heard it's going to be one of the most popular remakes. Not only that, a new game that seems to be just as good is Kerbal Space Program 2. It seems to be a bigger and better version of the prequel. All right, Camden, do you think that's enough that we need to talk about today?
Yeah. Now time to move on to history.
Hey, I'm Caden. Moving on to your weekly tech history segment, let's talk about languages. Not just any language, but computer languages. They work in levels or a leveling system, with higher levels being easier to understand and lower levels are harder to comprehend. Let's talk about the lowest level of language a computer will use. Computer formats compile and read in binary to carry out actions. Binary is a type of base system, which is how we format our numbers and read them. For example, the modern base system we use is called the decimal system, consisting of 10 bases, with dec meaning 10. The bases are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 9. Once we hit 9, aka the highest base of the decimal system, what we do is we reset the first digit down to 0, and we add a 1 in front of the digit, creating a number like 10. Why is this important? Well, in binary, they use a base system of 2. This means the bases are only 0 and 1, meaning while counting the number, it'll get larger much faster. Something like 1 to 5 would instead be 1, 10, 11, 100, and 101, and so on. This seems like a much harder system to use for humans, but not for computers. They don't read them as numbers per se, more as switches. 0 meaning the switch is off, and 1 meaning the switch is on. The first computer actually did run off the normal counting system from 0 through 9, but they ran much slower. Now imagine if I gave you 100 different omnidirectional systems and I basically placed a lock on it and they each had 10 different slots you could move the switches in. How easy could you read them and put numbers in proper places? Now imagine if I gave you 1,000 switches, each flipped up and down. We might find the first option easier because it's 900 less switches. And you don't need to memorize it and condense it all down. But with the computer, memory really isn't the issue. They can spread out all this information over many switches over extremely long distances and remember them all. It's much easier for a computer to assign an on-off value to each switch rather than try to remember 10 different directions and condense them down to a number of switches. Due to this, programmers have created their own languages to make it easier for people to understand while keeping the same effectivity for computers. You might recognize some of these languages, such as C#, C++, Python, or even Java. All right, that's it for the history segment.
That's all for tech. See you next Tuesday.